with another NFL prediction stream. We're doing the NFL divisional round predictions. I got my boy here, my boy
What's
11.
going on, y'all? It's your boy.
Yeah,
It's your boy
your
Lev.
boy. Yeah, we
Yes,
here,
sir.
man. We gonna get these predictions done. I just
hmm
did my reaction to the Eagles versus the 49ers. If you guys want to go check that out, I was still very mad about that game, but
Yeah,
we gonna get
yeah.
it
That
done.
game, that game was wild, man. I. If y'all don't know, I'm on TikTok. Just started up an account, and I did a reaction on there. We had some choice words for AJ Brown on that one. Uh, but yeah, no, the Eagles game was insane. The whole wild card round. I just want to take a note and say that I went 6-0, and your boy Tezzy here put his predictions in the comments. He went 4-2. Not a bad record. Not a bad record. Still even up. You know what I mean? You still positive. So I'll take above 500. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, I
it
went.
looked
Yeah, I went.
your
I
boy.
wait. I went 4-2 for real.
Yeah, you went 4-2. Yeah, the only thing you lost on was Philly, and then you lost on
I lost.
what was
I
it?
think the Bills game because I said the Jags
Yeah,
was gonna
because you
win.
said Jags was gonna beat them. Yep.
Yeah.
hmm
4-2. That's not bad. That's
Four
not
two is not
bad.
bad. 4-2 is not bad. I'm surprised I went 6-0. I was really taking guesswork on that 49ers and the Bears game, man. Both of them were like toss ups to me. Those were the hardest picks. Like you knew New England was gonna win. You knew Buffalo had to handle business because Buffalo can't let that shit slide with Patrick Mahomes, Lamar, and Joe Burrow all out of the playoffs. You can't let it slide. Josh Allen's got to go get this now.
Yep. All right, man. Well, we're gonna get right into this. We're gonna start off with the Saturday games because we got games tomorrow and then we got games on Sunday. So starting off with tomorrow, 4:30, we got our first Saturday game. We got the Buffalo Bills taking on the Denver Broncos at
Heat,
Mile High.
heat, heat.
Woo! So that's
I
gonna be a
think that
game, man.
I honestly think this Buffalo team's the only one that can handle Mile High Stadium at like a reasonable pace. Like I know the elevation is gonna suck because that always sucks. That's why Mile High Stadium is one of the hardest to play in. But at the end of the day, Buffalo knows how to deal with the cold, so it's gonna assist them a little bit. I think they might have more stamina than most people who end up going to Mile High Stadium in the playoffs.
Yep. All right. Well, I'm gonna give my predictions on this. So usually what I do is I would usually talk about the recent game and then talk about their recent games and then I pick on who was gonna win. So that's what I usually do for when I do these. So we're gonna talk about Buffalo's recent game. They last played the Jacksonville Jaguars at Everbank Stadium in Jacksonville, Florida, and they came away with the win. I do not know the final score. I haven't got that far. What was the final score? 11. I forgot. Do you know?
Of the Jacksonville game, oh God, what
Wasn't it
was it? It was
24
by
27?
I think it was 24-27, or it was it might have been I think it was 31-27. It might have been because Josh Allen
Maybe.
went down and scored that touchdown, and I think Cam Little missed it. It was either by 3 or 4 points.
What's up, Chad?
Give
What's
me
up, guys? Yeah, so it was that in that range. So basically, the Buffalo, they were struggling to start the game, but Josh Allen, he came back and he cleaned it up, man. He said, team, struggle more. Now, Josh Allen did get a little hurt in that game, so that's a little questionable for him, but I don't think that's gonna bother him. He's still on the quest. He got the easiest path to the Super Bowl because he don't got to worry about Lamar. He don't got to worry about Joe Burrow. Definitely don't got to worry about Patrick Mahomes. And now he don't got to worry about Jalen Hurts either, even though he still can't beat him. But he got the easiest path to the Super Bowl now. Buffalo got a real shot at Super Bowl this year, and then the Broncos. Last game, I mean, the Broncos had a first round bye, so they didn't have to play. So, yeah, Buffalo, they had a very tough game this past Sunday, but they got the job done. This game's going to be really a test of the defenses. Like, both these defenses are going to really play a big part in this game. And I really think Buffalo has a great defense. Same with Denver. Denver got a great defense too. But that offense, you just got to really think on whose offense is going to strike quickly. And if they don't strike quickly, then how would they respond this entire game? And with that, I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills to win this game against the Denver Broncos. I just don't think Denver's going to have enough to beat this Buffalo Bills team. Even though I don't like the Bills, I still got them to win this game over Denver. So I'm going to go with the Bills.
Man, I feel you there on that one. The way I see it is, I like Bo Nix. Don't get me wrong. I like what he's done. I like that he's been able to take this Denver Broncos team a step forward this season. The
Yes.
Broncos defense was pretty decent as usual. The offense did what it could, but at the end of the day, I do not think they can survive Josh Allen. I just think he's too versatile for this defense to handle, and he is in winter soldier mode. He is looking the best he's ever been. Um,
Yep.
so I really do think the Bills are going to win this one all the way. As far as like score wise, it's probably going to be within a possession. To be honest with you, I'd probably say within a field goal or a touchdown. But Buffalo is going to win it most definitely.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you because Josh Allen, got the easiest path to the Super Bowl, man. Gotta root for them at this. Well,
Hmm.
I'm not rooting for them, but I
I don't
got
know if
them
I say the
winning. So,
easiest, but they sure do have a decent path. They don't have to go through as many hard obstacles as they usually do.
yep. So yeah, I got Buffalo in this game. All
So do
right,
I.
moving on. Yep. Moving on to our Saturday night game. This game's going to be a very, very big game. We have an NFC West showdown in the playoffs between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. This game's gonna be wild. This game is in Lumen Field in Seattle. Last time these two teams faced off, Seattle came away with the win over San Francisco at Levi Stadium. This is gonna be a tough game. Both of these teams are rivals. Anybody can win this game, and whoever wins this game will be going to the AFC NFC Championship game. The 49ers have not made it there since 2023, right? Am I right? I think 23, right? Was it 23 or 24? No, it was 23. Got to be 23. I don't know. But yeah, they haven't made it to an NFC championship game in a minute. Who's your favorite NFL team? I'm an Eagles fan, Brody. And judging by your profile pic, I can see you're a Bills fan.
And I'm a Ravens
So
fan, so this is a
yeah.
hell of a conglomerate we got here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is one hell of a mixed emotion of teams. But yeah, the 49ers last week, they went up against my Eagles and they eliminated us, man. Hurts my heart, man. Hurts me. It still hurts me, man, because I know we could have beat that team. I know we could have, bro, but it is what it is, bro. Just didn't have enough firepower to beat this team. I mean, we did, but just AJ Brown just wanted to sell us, man, and
Nah,
Patullo and his horrible coaching.
nah,
A
man.
lot of
AJ
shit went down.
AJ Brown got cardboard hands, bro. He can't catch for nothing, dog. I don't want to hear nothing about him being a top receiver no more, bro. Took a big fall
Yeah.
off. He didn't look good last season. He did not look like a number one option last season. They put all that weight on Saquon Barkley because AJ Brown can't catch. He is literally
Yeah.
turning into Kadarius Toney as we speak.
I can't even defend that, bro. Yeah, you absolutely right, dog. I can't even put this motherfucker in top receivers no more. Damn, dog. Sucks for AJ Brown though. But yeah, man, the 49ers, they came away with the win over my Eagles. We were at home too, which
And
stinks
just to
even.
And a note on that, you can't let Jackson Smith and Jigba outdo you as a 6'4" monster who should be doing stuff. Same thing with DK Metcalf. Both of them are underperformers this season. I don't care what anybody has to say. Both of them underperformed.
Wait,
Both of them.
DK's he's not on Seattle no more.
No, I know he's not on Seattle. I'm just saying in general because he's one of those big wide receivers that's supposed to be Megatron type, but failed to be Megatron type this season.
Yeah, yeah.
Both
But
of
yeah,
them, man.
yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. I think they both have fallen off this year. They haven't really performed the best that we wanted them to perform as. DK kind of sold me in that Steelers game. It was just really bad. Sorry. My
You're
bad.
good.
But
You're
yeah,
good.
San Fran. It is what it is. We're gonna get our get back on y'all. We play y'all next year, by the way, and on our schedule, according to the Eagles 2026 schedule. So we're gonna see y'all again. And then Seattle, they had a first round bye, so they had a whole weekend to rest and get ready for this 49ers team. Now, this game is gonna be one hell of a game because both of these teams are rivals. All right. The Eagles and Niners are rivals too, but that's for a different story. But this game is gonna come down to, who got the better offense, man. Because 49ers, they did just lose George Kittle to an Achilles tear, which could affect them in the
And
passing
Fred
game.
Warner's officially out. Fred Warner's
Man,
just got officially announced out for that game an hour ago.
yeah. So Fred Warner's gone too. So they're gonna have to depend on that fullback again. And the Seahawks team, man, they've been looking very, very dangerous, man. Sam Darnold's, old McDonald been looking pretty good. McDonald been looking pretty good, man. And Kenny Walker, K9 been looking good, and
Charbonnet's
Jackson
looking
Smith,
good.
Charbonnet, yeah, Charbonnet too, man. So
Dude,
yeah,
Charbonnet
man,
and
it's
Kenneth
gonna.
Walker, both of
And
them,
then,
they were looking for that improvement step. They were looking to take that first step forward, and it looked like they weren't going to do it. But it seems like under this new like Sam Darnold era of Seattle, they kind of got the motivation to take that step up, and I'm glad to see it. And then all of a sudden, Jackson Smith and Jigba decided he wants some side too. So I mean, they just got some demons on that roster that nobody knew they had till now.
yeah, man, it's actually amazing. But yeah, for my prediction with this game, man, it's going to come down to really who can play better on the offensive side. I mean, the defensive side is going to matter too, but that offense for Seattle is looking very good, and I'm going to have to go with the Seahawks to win this game, bro. I just don't see 40. I mean, yes, the 49ers, they got a good defense, but the Seahawks have a very, very elite offense, and I just don't think San Francisco is going to have enough to stop this Seahawks team. So I'm going to go with Seattle to get the win on Saturday at home against the 49ers. And yeah, man, we'll see what happens. But who you got, 11?
So I there's only two ways I see this going, and I'm gonna call this now. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'm right. But there's only two outcomes I see. So Sam Darnold has recently been moved to questionable for this game. I don't know if anybody knows that, but Sam Darnold was moved to questionable. As far as I'm concerned, if Sam Darnold makes it to this game, it's a fireworks show. It's 30 plus points for each team, but Sam Darnold pulls it out on a field goal. He pulls it out on a field goal, last second, gets down the field, gets his kicker a good kick, puts it in, game winning field goal. If Sam Darnold's not in this game, it's going to be a Christian McCaffrey and Kyle Juszczyk beat down, and it's going to go down, and the Niners are probably going to win by a touchdown or two touchdowns if they don't have Sam Darnold. Because if they do not have their offensive playmaker in that backfield, getting that ball to Charbonnet, getting that ball to Jigba, getting that ball to Kenny and everybody else, it's not going to happen. Christian McCaffrey's too
Mm.
dangerous to be played around with, and he is going to score twice this game. That's my bet. And if you want to take that to the parlay, take that to the parlay. Christian McCaffrey, two touchdowns. He's going to get two touchdowns. If Sam Darnold's in that game, though, it's a win for Seattle.
All
Personally,
right.
me, I think the Niners have that gritty edge right now because they're just pulling hats. They're just pulling names out of a hat, and these boys are out here performing still, beating teams that they got no business beating. I like this style of 49ers game. I like how this feels. And the way my bets are looking, it's looking like either a Houston Bills Super Bowl for me or a 49ers Bills Super Bowl. That is where I was betting at.
Ooh,
So I'm
that's
taking
insane.
Niners on this one. I think Christian McCaffrey's going to
Okay.
outload that defense and he's going to put them into trouble. And Sam Darnold's going to be put under pressure. And we know what happens when he gets put under pressure. Four INTs, baby.
Okay, that's a good prediction. I can't even be mad at that, man. But yeah, man, we got some mixed emotions on that one. But yeah, we gonna see what happens. Both of these teams look ready to go, man. But yeah, hopefully Sam Darnold does play because if not, then I might have to switch my prediction. But I'm really hoping he plays. But yeah, we'll see what happens. All right. Moving on to Sunday, we got two big games on Sunday. Starting off with the Sunday 3 o'clock game, we have the Houston Texans taking on the New England Patriots. Now, the Texans last week, they took on the Pittsburgh Steelers, and boy, oh, that was an ugly score to end that game.
Defensive stuff fest.
Woo,
That was
30 to
insane.
6, 30 to
Dude.
6.
And
Oh,
and and
Steelers.
the worst part about it is like you start naming names from this Texas defense and you really start understanding how dangerous this is. Will Anderson Jr. and Derek Stingley alone make me want to kind of bear down and cry a little bit.
Yes.
This Texans team, granted, yes, it's an old 42-year-old, 21-year career Aaron Rodgers. It's still Aaron Rodgers at the end of the day. And we've seen him pull some this season that a 42-year-old should not be allowed to pull. At the
Yeah.
end of the day, if this Texans defense can put an MVP caliber, Hall of Fame caliber quarterback like that on stilts for 4 quarters, I mean, it's going to be difficult no matter who they face. Because
Yeah,
if they
man.
play at that caliber, it's a difficult game to get around.
Yeah, man, this is going to be really one hell of a game. It's going to be a tough defensive battle between these teams. Now, yeah, like I said, the Texans they took down the Pittsburgh Steelers. I know you was happy about that. Every Raven fan was probably excited that
I
Schittsburg went down, man.
I will tell
Sorry,
you,
sorry, Pittsburgh. I had to say it.
I will tell you. confidently that every single time that Pittsburgh hit fourth down and had to punt, I was so happy. I was so excited. And every time that CJ Stroud made a good ball, I was cheering as if Houston was my team. I'm not going to lie to you. I have some
Damn.
hatred. I have some hatred towards Pittsburgh, some extra hatred now that my kicker's being disheveled, even though we all know how hard Pittsburgh's field is to kick in. My quarterback is disheveled. He doesn't believe in his team right now. My head coach is gone.
Damn.
Yeah, bro, I'm coming to get that get back. And I hope they burn for that one.
Damn. Yeah, man. Pittsburgh. Yeah, I did just call them. I did just call them that. But I mean, hey, Raven fans definitely did not like the Steelers, and I know that rivalry is crazy because I was here, I was on Instagram, and I seen so many Raven fans was going crazy when Pittsburgh lost, man. And I actually
Bro,
know a
I
lot of Pittsburgh Steeler fans because my other friend's a Steelers fan, and
mhm.
yo, it's insane, yo. It's
But
this
bro, I
rivalry. That
like
rivalry is crazy.
I swear to you, whether you're born Ravens fan, whether you're born Pittsburgh fan, it doesn't matter. It's born in your blood to hate the other side.
Hell yeah, because I don't
And
like
that
Dallas.
rivalry,
I don't hate. I hate Dallas.
that Baltimore Pittsburgh rivalry runs as deep as damn Crips and Bloods, dude. That it is all blood on that field. As soon as the purple and black come together with the black and the gold, you know it's on, and you know it's on hard.
Same thing with the Eagles and Cowboys rivalry. That one in this. I
Hmm.
don't know which rivalries. We gotta discuss that. Which rivalry's better, the Eagles Cowboys or the Steelers Ravens? Now that one is a serious one to fucking point out because those
Okay,
rivalries are insane.
so I've explained this to a
Woo!
couple of buddies in my friend group how I feel about them. And the way that I see the rivalries is, yeah, every division is rivaled to every other division opponent they have, but
Yeah, that one.
there's always two specific pairs in each division that do it. For us, it's Ravens and Steelers, Bengals and Cleveland, okay? Because the Ravens versus Steelers is a classic rivalry that has bred legends like, hold on, Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Big Ben, Troy
Mm.
Polamalu, other legends
Woo!
like that. Hey, how about Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown? Hey, how
Woo!
about and I know it's controversial, Ray Rice. How about all them boys out there? Torrey Smith, Aquan Bolden. How about them boys out there?
Okay,
Snapping
okay, man.
even I even remember names that played one game in the NFL. Byron Leftwich, backup quarterback for fucking October 11th game on Sunday at 1 p.m., bro. Mad as hell
Damn,
when he scored two touchdowns on us.
damn,
And then we
damn.
came
That
back
shit's
and then
insane.
we came back and beat them by like 30 points.
Damn,
But
that
like
shit's
this
crazy.
rivalry is like runs by blood. And
Oh yeah.
the way that I see the NFC East, I don't see Cowboys Eagles. I see Cowboys Commanders because that is such a deep down rivalry that's been going on since the Cowboys and the Niners were fighting for the Super Bowl.
Ooh, that
And
was
then you have
crazy.
Eagles versus Giants, a not
Oh,
much
I
known
hate
a
the
not much
Giants.
known rivalry. But the thing about it is it's the battle between Philly and New York, the two biggest places on the East Coast of the United States. This is the battle for the bell versus the statue, Liberty versus the bell. That's what this is. That's all New York and Philly rivalries. You think about it. Knicks and 76ers, what they got?
Ooh,
Heat. They got
Bells?
heat. They got heat. They got heat. That's what they got. They got heat. Think
Yes,
about
they do.
the Phillies. You got the Phillies versus the Mets. You got the Phillies versus the Yankees.
Lakers versus Celtics.
Lakers versus Celtics. I mean, you got like there are crazy rivalries that come out of like New York and PA teams mostly,
Yeah,
and
man.
specifically Eagles versus Giants. The one that clicks to my mind is that battle they had back
Oh yeah.
right before Eli Manning went to his first Super Bowl against Tom Brady. Him versus Mike Vick. Man, they had a shootout game. Mike Vick was spinning and rolling
Damn.
and dipping and diving and ducking and everything. Three rushing touchdowns, a passing TD. And Eli Manning just sat back in that pocket and threw five bombs downfield.
Oh my god, yo,
Like
that's
this, like
insane.
Eagles and Giants is the rivalry to me. I don't think rivalries run deeper than each other because each rivalry has a different blood type.
Yes, it does.
Like the Ravens versus Steelers is a different type of feel than Cowboys Commanders, which is a different type of
Man.
feel than Bears and Packers.
Oh my,
You
that
want to talk
one's
about a heated
crazy.
rivalry? How about all the bear down chants when the Packers lost?
Woo! The cheese grater.
You had grown men grabbing cheese graters and shredding cheese. You had grown men hitting the DX emote in front of their 55-inch TVs, bro. You had grown men running
That's
so fast through their
insane.
house they slipped and fell and knocked over all their wife's Stanley cups. I saw that video.
Oh
Bears and
my
Packers,
god.
that's another rivalry. So you know what I mean? And the playoffs just bring these out because sometimes you get those rivalry games. Sometimes you get those Bear Packers. You get the Niners Seahawks. You get all these things, and
Yeah,
it's
man.
awesome and it's
It's
amazing to
insane.
see because it's not even just down to division rivals either. You have outside, you have Ravens Commanders, Battle of the Beltway. You have
Yeah.
Dallas versus Houston. That's the battle for Texas.
Battle for tech. What about Cincinnati and the Browns? Battle of
hmm
Ohio.
How about Philly versus Pittsburgh, the battle for the bell?
Battle of PA. Always
Exactly.
love a battle of the PA.
The playoffs always bring out the best rivalries, and they always seem to bring out the most unexpected things that we can't see.
What about the Florida Showdown? What
I'm
about the
here.
Florida teams? What about the Florida teams?
The Florida teams, oh yeah, they're just all mixed up right now. I don't even think they know what they're doing. I think two of them don't even realize they exist.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna get.
Oh, it's my fault.
All right. Well,
You're good. Keep
anyways.
talking.
All right. So for this game, the Texans and Patriots. I'm gonna go with the Patriots, dog. I'm gonna go with the Patriots. I'm gonna go with the New England Patriots for this game. Look now, don't come after me for this, but I just think Drake May is gonna have himself a day against these Titans. Now the defense, but yeah, the Texans defense, man, it's amazing. It's immaculate. All right, their defense is actually immaculate, but I don't know. Something about this Patriots team screams like Super Bowl again, like the Tom Brady days. Like they try to do a play from back when Tom Brady was playing. They try to repeat the same play from back in the day, which kind of reminds me of when the Patriots were winning Super Bowls. And this is actually the best time the Patriots have even did this good. Like I mean, they did good with Tom Brady, but they don't got Tom Brady no more. And that's the best thing about it. They're doing this without Tom Brady and they're making themselves look like a better team from the past few years without Brady. This team looks very resilient, and they're looking to get another championship under the New England belt, which already has a very big bloodline because of what Tom Brady did for this franchise. So I'm gonna go with the Patriots to win this game. Now, don't crush Texans. I've messed with y'all a lot, but I just think the Patriots are gonna go all the way this year. I just have a strong feeling. But yeah, let me get the Patriots to win this game.
So, me personally, I see it on the opposite side of the coin. I see
It's okay.
right now, I see a Patriots offense that is riding a hot streak, but a lot of them it's their first time here. It's their first time in this position, and they're in a big position
Yeah.
because they're expected to do everything because they're the two seed, and Drake May is up on the field, and like all these guys. I don't
Yes.
see it happening. And here's why. When you have experienced defenders on the field against inexperienced offensive players, first year, second year playoff enters, look back in history. No rookie, other than maybe like a very select few of Hall of Fame greats, have gone and balled out in their first playoff run or their second playoff run, or hell, some even their third or fourth. I mean, you think about how long it took Joe Flacco to actually blossom into that constant AFC championship standpoint. It took him 4 or 5. John Harbaugh drafted him in 2008 when he got hired as the coach. Joe Flacco didn't develop until that type of superstar until probably about the 2011 2012 season. He waited 2 or 3 years. They made it to the playoffs and they made it to the wild card or divisional and then got bounced. It's simple
Yeah.
inexperience. And I'm not doubting Drake May, and I'm not doubting the team around him. They have a really good head coach in Mike Vrabel, who did a lot for the
Hmm.
Tennessee Titans and a lot for Derrick Henry and AJ Brown's career, and only one of them has fulfilled their career. Hi, AJ. Um, but so it's like, you know what I mean?
One
It's
of them
not
got a
that I
Super Bowl.
it's not that I yeah, one of them did. And it's not that I doubt the Patriots, it's I trust the Texans more.
Yeah,
And
understandable.
CJ Stroud, I mean, you look at CJ Stroud, the last 2 seasons he's been in the NFL, he was in the same position that Drake May was. Really good Houston Texans team that was built around him. The inexperience got to him and they faltered. Now they're the team on the opposite side of the coin who've got the experience. They've been in the games. They've taken the major losses like they did to the Ravens. They've taken the big wins like they did to the Steelers. They know what it feels like to be
Yes.
in playoff ball, and they know what it feels like to get to the divisional round. And I think they're looking to go further this year. Do they go to the Super Bowl? No. Do I think they push past the Patriots simply because of inexperience? Yes, I do. So I am taking the Houston Texans to beat the Patriots.
All
Probably going to
right.
be another close game, and I don't feel like I'm crazy for saying I think there's going to be a safety in this game.
It could be. It could be a safety. I can see a safety in this game.
Mhm.
I could. All right. Now we get on to the big boy game. This game
Yes,
right
sir.
here is going to be a really, 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 really interesting one. All right. So for this game, we got the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Chicago Bears. All right. So the Rams. Last week y'all played the Carolina Panthers in the wild card round. And y'all boys almost lost. Not gonna lie, man. Y'all almost lost to the Panthers, Rams, which is a little questionable, bro. But the Panthers had a lot riding on them because this was like their first year going back to the playoffs since 2015. Okay, and you know they haven't been there since the Cam Newton days. All right, they have not been there since the Cam Newton days, but the Rams still found a way to win this game with Matthew Stafford because he has more experience than the Panthers. Because that entire Panthers team, most of those guys don't even have playoff experience. Bryce Young had no playoff experience, which is why I went with the Los Angeles Rams to win that game because the Panthers ain't have playoff experience. Well, not they have playoff experience, but it wasn't. It's been too long of playoff experience. So none of those players had playoff experience. That's why I went with the more experienced team, which was the Rams. Now the Chicago Bears. Last week, the Bears, y'all were down 18-3 against the Packers, which was a little surprising because you guys were number one in the NFC North. But there's a huge but. Y'all came back from down 18 and still beat the Green Bay Packers, who had a 21-3 lead. That was worse than when my Eagles lost the 21-0 lead over the Dallas Cowboys, which also pains me to say because we should not have blew that lead to the Cowboys. But the Packers did the exact same thing. So, yeah, man, it was crazy on how the Bears came back and won. I did not expect Chicago to come back and win like that. I actually had them winning that game, and they did it. They did it. They beat Green Bay, and I told y'all Green Bay was going to be first round exits. I've been said that. I said Green Bay was going to be first round exits. I just didn't trust them because I mean, I didn't know if Jordan Love was going to play or not. I thought it was going to be Malik Willis, to be honest. But I mean, Jordan Love did play, but the Packers just sold. I don't know what the hell the Packers were thinking, but the Bears, man, they absolutely came back and won this football game. What a fucking win. So this game's going to be a very, 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 very interesting decision for me, but not really. Um, it's just a no brainer for me. I'm going to go with the LA Rams to win this game. Um, the reason for that being for Chicago being down last week, that game really was like, what the fuck was Chicago doing? You feel me? Like Chicago shouldn't have been down in that game. They should have been leading the game. But, with them being down and, seeing how bad Caleb Williams was playing last week, I just don't think he's gonna have enough against this Rams team. This Rams team is not no joke. Like the Rams came out and strikes first against the Panthers and showed the Panthers why they were the better team. And I think that's what they're going to show the Bears. They're going to show the Bears that this is not no more playtime in the regular season. Okay. I simply think the Chicago Bears are regular season merchants, and I'm going to stand on that. I think they're regular season merchants. I don't think they're going to go to the Super Bowl. I don't think this Chicago Bears team is ready yet, especially because Caleb Williams, I don't know. Like, I think Caleb Williams doesn't know how to throw a football that good. I mean, it was good in the other few weeks in the regular season. Don't get me wrong. He was good in those regular other weeks, but he just seems a little inconsistent lately. And I just feel like that's going to get to him. And I feel like the Rams are going to take advantage of that because of that defense the Rams got with that boy, what's his name? fucking Verse. They got Jared Verse on defense who can fucking ball out and get interceptions. They got that boy. Shit, I know what his name is. He's number 95 on that defense. He's a bully. But yeah, the Rams defense is no joke, man, and I don't think Chicago should, take this game lightly. This game is not no joke. Caleb Williams needs to play good in this game in order for him to win. Matthew Stafford's going to have over 200 passing yards in this game, which is going to be a really big help. So I'm going to go with the Rams to beat the Bears. My final score prediction, I think this is going to be a 35-24 point game. So 35 to 24. That's my prediction for the score. I don't think the Bears are going to get um, that momentum from the Packers game. So I'm going to go with the Rams. Go ahead, Levin.
I'm sitting down for this one. I got a lot to talk about on this game.
Yes.
In that Green Bay Chicago game, I saw a team of young, inexperienced players going out and struggling to figure it out for the first half. And Ben
Hmm.
Johnson goes into that locker room and tells them boys to calm down, relax. They got it. They just need to keep it together.
Yes.
And they go into that third quarter and they kind of shut back the Packers a little bit. They kind of stun them by stopping them from scoring as many points as they were. But
Hmm.
then in that fourth quarter, it's like a fire lit underneath of them. Like they understood what they needed to do. This wasn't, at this point, this wasn't just a playoff game. This was a heated rivalry. We were at the bitter end, and there was no way that Chicago was willing to go down like this again. And
Yeah.
Chicago went out there and did what they were supposed to do, and they won. On the other side of
Hmm.
the coin, you have a Rams team that is too good to be that close to Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers, who only went 8-10, who only got in because the Atlanta Falcons decided to suddenly be good out of nowhere and eliminate the Buccaneers.
Yep.
If it weren't for that Falcons team, the Bucks would be in the playoffs. Baker Mayfield would be in the playoffs, and this would be a completely different story we're talking about because Baker would have made it a more close than Bryce Young did, and that's kind of scary to think about considering how close it already was.
Yep. I totally agree right there, man.
And they kind of got shocked. This is a group of veterans who knew what they were doing and got cocky and got too cocky, and they still took a win, but only when they finally scraped themselves together and picked it back up out of hell.
Hey, and another thing, I want to tell you about something else. This isn't the first time the Rams blew a lead against
Mm-mm.
a. It's not the first time because when they played my Eagles, they had a huge lead in that game, right? And they thought my Eagles was going to lose. We were now 26-7. Okay, I thought we were going
Mhm.
to lose, but you seen how we came back and fought back against this Rams team. We
Mhm.
got all them points, and then Jordan Davis, our field goal unit, blocking that field goal and then returning it for a touchdown. Like that was the
Mm.
greatest comeback I've ever seen us do against the Rams, dog. Now we
Yeah.
are 3-0 against the Rams this past year. Like we beaten the Rams in week 12 of the regular season last year, and then we beat them in the divisional round of the playoffs last year, and then this year we beat them in week 3 of the 2025 season on a blocked field goal for the return for a touchdown. That's insane. So the Rams, they're fond of blowing leads, but sometimes they come back, sometimes they don't. But I just wanted to point that out that this isn't the first time that this happened.
And so that leads me into my point here. We have the inexperienced Bears team who showed that they were worth it, who showed that they had that fight and that gut to fight back. And then we have a Rams team that had issues fighting back.
Yeah, this is gonna be one hell of a game. Um, your mic muted. I don't know what happened to your mic. Oh my bad.
I am back. Sorry about that. We got a little busy on the customers, had to take care of that and working two jobs at once. We're on the grind, baby. But
You're
as I
good,
was
Brody.
saying, so with this Rams Panthers game, it's a team that has a lot of experience, but doesn't seem like they're as confident as they should be. And the then you got, I'm trying to think here. And then you got the Bears, who is an inexperienced team, but has proven they got fight in them. But is fight going to win over experience? I say not. Matthew Stafford's on the MVP campaign. Puka Nakua is on demon time. That Kyron Williams is running like a mad dog. I mean, it just doesn't matter. The Rams are going to win. It's probably going to be a one possession game, possibly a 10 pointer, if maybe possibly. But I think Matthew Stafford's going to hold a touchdown lead the entire game. He's not going to let it slide.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Yeah, I just don't think. Yeah, like I said, I don't think the Bears. I mean, it's kind of amazing that the Bears even made it this far. With the team they had, but they look like they got a little better. But yeah, I agree with you. Experience wins over inexperience, and it's going to clearly show in this game on Sunday. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited for these games. I'm really hoping we see some good teams going to the AFC and NFC championship, and we'll be back next week to give my champion conference championship predictions, guys. Enjoy divisional round weekend of the playoffs. Thank you, Levin, as always, for joining us.
Yes,
And
sir.
yeah,
Yes,
man,
sir. And hey, if you
make sure
don't,
y'all go follow my boy Levin's TikTok. You link your TikTok, Brody. Shout out your TikTok for
yeah,
you. But yeah, man, y'all go follow my boy on TikTok and things like that. We'll be back streaming later today. Actually, I gotta do some more reactions to the other games, so I'm probably gonna do that. Um, I'm probably gonna do that a little later because I'm about to take a nap or something right now, or I don't know, play Fortnite or something. I don't know. I don't know what I'm about to do, but I'll be back live later, guys. So
yeah.
yeah, yeah, we'll,
Yes,
we'll be
sir.
back.
And the TikTok is Magic Sports. That's Magiik Sports on TikTok. I do reactions of every single game, along with I just keep up with a lot of sports news. So if you're not just an NFL fan, you're an NBA fan, or maybe somewhere in between, maybe MLB, NHL, MLS. Don't matter what you like. College football, college basketball. We're going to talk about it all. We're slowly kind of ramping up. NFL playoffs are kind of on the front set of our minds right now. So we're going through that. But soon the NBA content, the MLB content, that'll all be dropping soon. So just stay tuned. And I plan on doing more collabs here with my boy Tezzy, maybe some more predictions. Maybe we get back on conference championship. You never know. But we'll see what happens. But I was thankful to be here. Thank you for the opportunity to be here, Tezzy. I
No
appreciate it.
problem.
And I'm glad to see who wins these predictions this week. Because if we have a little bit of magic like we had last time, 10-0 sounds like a good record to me.
Yeah, man, I gotta get these parlays done, man. So hopefully
Yeah,
these teams will
yeah.
sell me.
The
All
betting
right,
part
man.
is
Well,
where it gets hard for me too.
yeah, man. All right, man. Well, I'll see you later. Thank you for joining us. And yeah,
Yes,
man, we'll be
sir.
back live another time, guys.
All right.
All right, peace out.